we jumping into it, but I gotta start off by saying this. I don't want to name this shit, and I be calling these shits name. I never go back and edit the name of this live. Maybe I should take some time one day to do that. But we're gonna call this trying to shake back. What I mean by trying to shake back, nigga trying to beat alcoholism. You feel me? I done had like these crackers beat me down and make me feel destitute, even though I'd achieved so much from where I come from. That I still let myself get sad, and I try to drown out my burdens. Dog, it's a nigga named Hot Boy. Hot Boy got a song. Fuck shit. And that nigga start off the song, nigga say, you only get so old in these streets. I was like, bitch, what a little nigga know about saying some shit like that? I don't even think I heard older niggas to have that realization, bitch. You only gonna get so old in the street life. And even if you make it out the street life, bitch, you carry that burden forever. And the problem is, oftentimes, you don't choose the streets. Your life chooses you. You don't get to choose your parents. So your situation oftentimes chooses you. Now, are there exceptions of kids that made a great life for themselves, never went to jail, never had run-ins with law? First of all, to be black to do that, salute. But having said that, that takes a lot of staying out the way, a lot of not making any friends, or making friends that's not from your environment. But when you from poverty, let's just say you was born into Section 8, right? And you gotta go back to the projects where these little apartments and shit. Well, if you want to go out and play football, play cans, play freeze tag, hide and seek, any of the little kid games, you playing with other kids from a fucked up environment. And all y'all dad is not present. So that's the first ingredient for going down a long path. And these become your friends. You see them as equals, and they see you as equal, and then you go through life and you end up. I say that to say, by the time, because I ain't gonna make a, I used to drag a point out, but like I said, I'm fighting alcoholism. So as I drop this topic, I'm trying to battle, and I'm completely cognizant, but I'm trying to battle the urge to want to go pick me up a couple shots. So I say, let me get my little shit popping. And the only reason I want to pick up a couple shots for two reasons. For one, life beats you down. And then the other half of it is, bitch, like I done been framed and shit. I done not only just been framed, I ain't stood up for myself. Like I'm finna make this little particular conversation, this topic about Kodak, but I want to I'm gonna leave a segue bringing in Kodak real quick. So he got a charge in Orlando right now. He just paid a lawyer X amount of dollars, right? I'm fighting a whole little pet ass cat. I've been fighting this bitch over a year now, and it's a traffic situation, and I'm pissed about the shit because it's like the evidence shows that bitch I don't know nothing about this shit. But I refuse to buy a real lawyer. And that's the problem we need to change in American law. I'm pretty sure white people can appreciate this. Anybody can appreciate it. If I go to court and I buy a lawyer and I prove my innocence, why can't I get my money back? What the fuck? If you told me, let's just make a quick example real quick. If I went into a whatever store and you said I stole out the store and let's say you say, man, let me see your receipt. I should be able to charge you. You want to see my receipt? I could prove my innocence. But motherfucker, what are you willing to pay for it? Because I'm paying I'm paying my pride. I'm paying my ego. I'm embarrassed like a motherfucker. And if you go to paying real criminal lawyers and taking shit to a criminal standpoint, now you paying money that you can't recuperate. Oh, the court get to charge court fees and shit. Fuck nah, bitch. What money do I get back? They almost be the law is so fucking perverse in America. First of all, don't even I got so much shit to talk about tonight. Don't let me get to talk about how none of our money get appropriated to fixing any infrastructure within the country. And the money just get fucking funneled overseas and multinational corporations. That's when they say multinational, that mean these bitches in multiple fucking nations, not multiple states, not nationwide, international. That mean they give no fucks about you, the American. They don't have to live here. They can go live in fucking Bowie or fucking Mulan or Venice or wherever else in the fucking world they want to live at, rich as fuck. And then they can come back to America, make a couple million, then get back out of this bitch again. This shit is like, this America's a big ass trap house. And we the fucking fiends in this bitch. So I say that to say I've been up under the gun thinking like, damn, dog, should I just go ahead and pay a real lawyer and get this case? Because a real lawyer, this shit would have been over with. Real lawyer, this shit get thrown out. But I've been fucking around with this fucking PD because I'm like, bitch, this shit so obvious. I know enough about the law. Bitch, just go like let's get this shit figured out. But he just gonna milk this motherfucker and let the state keep doing continuances and continuances and how you letting the state get all the continuances, bitch? We need any continuances? We the defense. We not asking for none. So what you giving these motherfuckers time to fucking what? Try to set some shit up or see me fucking collapse or see me melt the fuck out and just fucking 86 this pussy hoe? So, all in all, let's get to the Kodak situation now. So I'm looking at on the little shit today, and I see Kodak lawyer pop up. This one I'm gonna talk about both sides real quick. I'm gonna talk about. Let's just jump into the part where I feel like he fucked up a little bit. He done got so used to going to court and whooping his shit with these high profile lawyers that he kind of just was like smirking a little bit. That's not a good thing for the judge. Well, the judge kind of got like a preconceived notion in the way. A judge gonna act like they don't, but they got a preconceived notion. But what you do in the courtroom can dictate further on their opinion of you. They might have a preconceived notion. Maybe you can slightly change it or modify their notion of you with your appearance, with the way you, if you got contrite, if you look like you really into what's going on, if you just look like a nigga that like twisting your head. Not to say that's what Kodak was doing, I'll just give him for anybody that ever go to court. But if you just look like disinterested, you didn't dress the part, you got on a fucking t-shirt and some basketball shorts and slides, nigga, this shows you how much you really cared about the image that you presented. You feel me? This shit is about image. So I think with little bro smiling a little bit, he smiled. Maybe that's just his personality. Maybe he can't help himself. But it's like, nigga, there's nothing to smile about. Even though you're a millionaire, even though it's light work, petty shit, fucking, there's nothing to smile about. Nigga, not being free, not being able, bitch, if something happened to your folks, to not be able to right then and there, let me make a move to get to them. That's not a fucking good thing. Never is a good thing. It's the worrisome feeling. You feel me? God protect his whole family and my family and everybody else family in the world. But bitch, if something happened to the ones that really touch your heart, nigga, you can't just right then and there. That's not a good thing. So nigga, it's like, bitch, I gotta get out of this bitch tonight, this second. So I looked at it as a bad vibe of just let your lawyer fight for you. Your lawyer is talking his ass off, doing his thing. Let him do his thing. When you smiling, it's almost like, yeah, I got one. Your lawyer ain't that fucking powerful. If he was, he'd just throw the shit out his goddamn self and demand a charge from you, and that's it. So this is my next point I'm gonna make though about the opposite side of that. The judge was kind of an asshole. I'm gonna tell you why I feel the judge was an asshole. So the judge increased his bond. So the lawyer asked for a decreased bond. Now let me tell you where the maneuvering goes at. So this is where the maneuvering goes. Lawyer know probably they're gonna try to increase his bond because see, this shit is a money system. This shit is all about money. This is not about law and order, bitch. This shit is about money. Lawyer know, bitch, you know my client is a millionaire. So bitch, you ain't trying to tell a millionaire they pay what the average person paying, not unless they white. Bitch, we finna milk your pussy out. You gonna know when you leave this bitch, whether you beat the charge or not, somebody won. And it's usually the clerk of courts that wins. It's the county government that wins. Yeah, you beat this motherfucker technically, but we beat your pockets up. So who really won? So lawyer asking for a decrease in pay. Lawyer like, hey man, let him out on what they his bond with 50 bands. So the lawyer make a good argument. Lawyer say, hey man, listen, this not even a trafficking case because it didn't even meet the amount to make trafficking charge. How you gonna fucking issue a traffic? That's like issuing a speeding fine over 100 and the motherfucker going 91. Motherfucker like, no, nigga, this shit don't even get to the merit of that. So he made up great point for that, right? And so then he also says, you're not a flight risk and this and that. Now let me tell you real quick, the prosecutor got in the mud with Kodak. Oh, that lady got in the mud like only nobody else can do in Florida except for Central Florida. Bitch, that lady say he Haitian American. Bitch, Kodak can tell you, be the first one to tell you he Haitian, but that lady wrote that shit in. Even the white man caught it. He caught what she was doing, talking above, like motherfucker get to talking up here. He got to climb up there with her. So the lawyer say back to the prosecutor, he said he's a Broward Haitian American, basically putting emphasis that he was born in Broward County. He's from America. He just moved here like basically. But and I'm finna make this go because we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight too. Because I'm trying to battle this alcoholism. I really am. Because I'm getting tempted to go to the liquor store and really pop this shit for the rest of the night. I'm gonna bring up Nick Fuentes. That's why I gotta mention these key points because I go back and look at all my videos. I'm bringing up Nick Fuentes, and Nick Fuentes is a whole fucking Mexican. Like it's nothing he could do to not be a Mexican. I don't give a fuck if Nick Fuentes go get a swastika on his fucking forehead. He go put on a Klan hat. When I see him, I see a whole fucking poppy. I'm tempted to ask how much he could do the driveway for. Bitch, that's what I see when I see Nick Fuentes. So when he popped that, oh, pro white, pro, bitch, you a whole fucking man. Who is you fooling? The same way Nick Fuentes can't do nothing to convince me he not a Mexican. That's the same way Kodak could be the most ghetto black nigga you know. You can't convince a cracker that you not Haitian. You just can't. It's nothing you do. You change your name to Bill Capri from Octane Duce, Octavia, whatever. That shit don't mean nothing to you. Not to the country crackers, to the little crackers that listen to your music, suburb cracker want to be down, don't know about shit. Green eye niggas, this and that, even hood niggas, bitch with love. But to a cracker, bitch, you a fucking zo. Bitch, you a lead of Port-au-Prince. You know, and the streets know, hell no, I ain't finna go to fucking Haiti. Bitch, what I look like running to Haiti, bitch? That's a bitch. I might have well run to Alcatraz. But the lady using that, she talking to the white man. You gotta understand, she's making an appeal. So we call it a fallacy: appeal to ignorance, appeal to popularity, appeal to majority. These are the fallacies for anybody who went to college before. So with that said, she's making an appeal over his head that he probably not peeping. That's why it's not the time to be smiling. Okay, this cracker is literally shitting on your whole legal name and your old name and your identity. So back to my point, the judge, after the judge hear case laws, and that's why I like to hear, like, look at these little things, these little proceedings, because you always learn some interesting new case laws, and that's what we post to build. Sometimes I be wondering what's the point of case laws. Case laws used to work. Case laws set precedent. But motherfucking judges be ignoring precedent these days. And it's like, well, what the fuck am I arguing the case law for? Why is these judges writing their final rulings after these? A lot of people think, oh, the judge just find you guilty. After they write guilty, they write a dissenting little shit or assenting, whatever. They write all these different things to try to validate for the higher courts because it can possibly get appealed to a higher court. And they look like a fool if a higher court overturned their decision. And it's like almost getting not degraded, but a demotion almost, because it's like you just put yourself on a slow track to raising coming up in the world of a judicial system because we keep having to overturn your cases. So what do you really know about the law? So I say that to say no judge, it's like a judge's ego, like a man's ego is in his penis, that you don't overturn what I wrote. And so they write their little final little things of it. But what's the whole point of this shit if you can't use they argument from a previous case to another judge? You feel me? So I felt the lawyer showed his ass off and he made a great point. And the judge still ignored that and said, despite of all of the arguments I heard, and he's not a flight risk and he hasn't had a failure to appear in over 10 years, we're still gonna raise his bond. And although it's some like light work for Kodak, it just disappointed me because that still sets precedent for the next person that's not a Kodak. So I don't like who can't afford to pay that. That the judge could say, you know what, I'm gonna go higher than even what the state is recommending, and the state is recommending some shit that they haven't even met the level to actually compel them actually doing it because it's not even a trafficking offense if it don't even meet the amount. Not to mention the lawyer raised allegations of even the probable cause. So I say all that to say that's just my point of the Kodak. Let's take of it is I realized out of this shit was no disrespect to love, bro. I say I think when niggas get a lot of money, I'm talking about hood niggas, it's just like jail don't matter no more. I would think that the last thing you would want to do is go to jail, but I guess this the nigga part of me, the ignorant, the most lowest ignorant part of me talking, but it is a part of me, is maybe you kind of like part of me, I ain't trying to like put that out there, but I'm just saying like maybe it's like a thrill. Like white people be rich as fuck and they go do like life risking things and some shit. And you're like, yo, you so rich. Why are you doing that? They're like, bitch, I done did it all. What's left? And so it's like you've been rich for so long, you've been in the suburbs for long. You start getting this buyer's remorse a little bit, like, damn, I miss my niggas. I miss the fact that everybody I grew up with couldn't make it to live this kind of lifestyle. And that's normal. That's respectful. That's actually empathetic. But it's almost a point where it's like, okay, well, bitch, let me be in the hood. And like, I think it looks good when you can to a hood nigga that you can go to the hood. You ain't gotta be scrapped up. You can be in your hood. Niggas love you, nigga ain't gonna hurt you, nigga gonna shoot about you, kill about you, etc., because they feel like you valid and you never switched up. That's dope as fuck. But at some point, even with myself, but especially myself, after doing time I shouldn't have even fucking did by shit that I didn't do. The last thing I want to be doing time about is some shit I didn't do or did do at this fucking point in my life. No fucking way. And I ain't even rich. So that's my point. Like at some point, you gotta just be disgusted with the whole like it ain't never been a clean jail. You ain't never seen no clean fucking jail where it's sanitary. You go in the bitch and the bitch is sterilized and you might you go in intake. Most jail bitch, they don't even got no sheet. And about 30, 40 niggas, shit that you would have never did in the so-called free world, but by the time you get upstairs, especially in my kind bitch, by the time you get up there, bitch, you so sleepy, bitch, you was damn sleeping in the goddamn dog bed, bitch, or cat litter. So the lowering of your standards, fucking fixing a sandwich while a nigga or eating a sandwich while a nigga's up 2 feet away from you taking the shit. That shit is not normal. When you've been rich and living in fucking marble floors and all type of shit with fucking islands in your kitchen and shit, the last thing you want to do is be sitting there eating a fucking egg sandwich 2 o'clock in the morning with a nigga farting and they sleep all night, coming down off drugs. So it's like it's slightly disappointing because it's like, come on, little bro, you got so much little niggas looking up to you, bro, and like you don't got to do nothing at this point. You're a made man in the sense that you almost fail proof. There's nothing you really could do to disappoint your core audience. Your core audience niggas is down with you forever. So what are you proving at this point? Who are you trying to prove something to? The niggas you trying to prove something to that don't believe you stand up or don't believe you authentic, don't believe you gangster, you can't prove nothing to them niggas because they mind is on what they mind is on forever. You can't if you're a real street nigga, you should know you can't convince a real street nigga of your fucking hardness or your softness. You can't. A lot of niggas willing to get put in the dirt just to prove that you ain't hard. And they'll be put in the dirt and they'll go to the dirt still thinking this soft ass nigga. So what is you doing to try to validate yourself for niggas that ain't gonna never let you be valid? Niggas, and that's the way the streets really work. So for any little nigga watching this trying to be down with somebody, now it ain't about Cole, it's just about the little niggas in the street. I'm gonna dedicate 2 more minutes to the subject and I'm out. Fucking for any little niggas out there trying to like be in the streets to try to validate themselves, a nigga, dog, ask yourself what them niggas thought about before you got up on the scene. What they thought of you before you got on the scene. Because I guarantee they same thought is still the same thing. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you go catch a body in front of a nigga, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies in front of a nigga. You still the same green ass nigga. Only thing they thinking there, bitch, we can control this green ass nigga. That's it. Bitch, it shifts the variations of differences of how they felt for you is so fucking slight. Okay, we thought it was a puss ass nigga. Now we know he a killer ass puss ass nigga. You see how that work? Okay, we'll give you an extra title. You're a killer, but you're still a puss ass nigga. Oh, you're a diss, but you're still a Haitian. You're a this and that. But I'm only saying this because I just don't want nobody to be out here losing their life or putting themselves through situations they ain't gotta go through to appease motherfuckers that'll never give a fuck about them, for better or for worse. I also of the same magnitude, and that's why I kind of slightly contradict myself. I ain't never been a fan of that rapper that be feeling themselves off of what the suburbs think. Bitch, motherfucker, like it's so many rappers that get themselves whack killed, 86. They get fucking sent to the chain gang because of what the suburb kids think. I gotta prove to these suburb kids who ain't never been through shit. These bitches living in cul-de-sacs. But motherfucker, goddamn, these are the motherfuckers got it. I don't want to make an example of an NBA young boy, but if we just gonna talk about it, and I only got 20, 40 seconds to make, you never knew this nigga. He never had to live a thug life. He been a kid rapping since 13, 14, with all the white boys making them millionaires and the white men making them millionaires living in Utah shit. But let the streets tell it. Oh boy, that nigga killed, boy. He'll shoot a bitch. I killed, nigga. I'm on my YB shit. What? If you gonna be a thug that stupid nigga, be a thug that stupid nigga. Go find the OG Cody's. Uh, Go find the OG Cody's and the rest of them niggas to look up to. Don't motherfucking goddamn follow no celebrity. But anyway, man, love, take care, be blessed, stay safe, live a righteous life, And you ain't gotta worry about none of that fuck shit for the most part. Take care. I'll be back later.